This is Dimitri and welcome to my channel. Sorry I haven't posted of late. It's been a really tough, interesting couple of days. But I wanted to talk to you today about rebound and how do you overcome failure or disappointment, especially when you're being an entrepreneur or just things that happen in life. Like everything, sometimes things don't always go to plan and we get disappointments, we get failures. And I think the way we handle it is kind of indicative of how well I think we're going to move forward from, the disappointment or the setback or the failure. So I kind of have three things that I want to share with you today that I use personally that help me get through what I call the failures, the setbacks, and to rebound, if you will, and get back to focusing and getting on with the day. The first thing I like to share with you, of course, is don't take the failure personally. Now I know that's easier said than done, but realistically, failure is part of our life, and actually failure is part of success. Any successful person has gone through lots of failures in their lives and in their careers. We all know this. But the way we handle it is really the key. It's one of the things I look at when it comes to failures. I look at, what potentially could have been different. I look at the failure as, okay, it happened, I need to deal with it. I also look at my internal narrative. That little voice in our heads that tell us, oh, you're foolish, you're stupid, why did you do that, yada, yada, yada. Be careful about that narrative because that can really play havoc with your psyche in terms of how you feel. So be careful with that. The second thing I always like to do is my takeaway from the failure. What did I learn from it? Because in any failure, there is a takeaway. There is something you can learn from it. Matter of fact, I remember watching and reading a little article of late that talked about Michael Jordan. And the guy said, you're one of the greatest basketball players of all time. And Michael said, well, you only look at the successes, you didn't look at the failures. And he mentioned that in his career, he missed over 9,000 shots that were critical shots in important games. 9,000. Oh my God. And yet, he's Michael Jordan. Is he a failure? No, of course not. But that's part of becoming successful, is learning from your mistakes. What was his takeaways? How did he improve? How did he progress further and get past what happened and move on? The third thing I think is really important when you're talking about rebound and overcoming failure is, of course, getting in touch with, I call, your village, or your people that you are close to, family, friends, colleagues, because you just never know. Sometimes, all you need is a cup of Java. In my personal case, I remember vividly where I was having a really rough time, had some setbacks, some failures. I reached out to a colleague, and sure enough, that person sat me down and we had a cup of Java together, and he provided me with some insight that really kind of changed my perspective and brought me through it. And actually made me realize that sometimes we're so close to our problem and we so much analyze our failures that we don't really see the solution or the takeaway, if you will, like I mentioned. So those are the three things. Really focus on, getting in touch with your family, your friends, your colleagues, what I call your village, because they can really, really help you. If you want to get a good kick, I'm going to provide a link here that talks about some of the things I learned the hard way. I call it the knocks of business. And hopefully that will give you some insight as to, some of the things I went through, and again, kind of give you a bit of a chuckle. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I do appreciate it. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section because I do review them all. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye for now.